Live from multiple locations via the miracle of Skype, it's the LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing. Co-host, Ed Kaluka. Featuring Dangerous Dan Margetta. And Brian Schmidt. LTN is a caller-driven program, and your participation is encouraged by calling 414-421-7901. That's 414-421-7901. Now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
Welcome to the program. Glad you could join us. It's a big show for us this week. First of all, let me introduce myself, Todd Bailing of Phoenix, Arizona, joined. Boy, are we spread out all over the U.S. of A. today, joined by my today 4 partners, beginning with Ed Kaluka of West Bend, Wisconsin. Hi, Eddie.
Good morning, Todd.
And Dan Margetta, who this weekend is touring Charlotte or North Carolina or something. Where are you?
Yeah, we were in Charlotte for a while in Mooresville. Now I'm headed to Asheville to go to some big house to see Christmas trees, the Biltmore or something like that.
Yeah, the Biltmore Estate. It's kind of a big deal down there, you bet. Brian Schmidt of Utzberg, Wisconsin. Hi, Brian.
Morning. Ready for the big snowball derby today.
And speaking of the snowball derby, our on-site reporter of La Crosse, Wisconsin, Jacqueline Noodleman, joins us from Pensacola. How you doing?
I am doing really well, and I feel pretty lucky to be standing next to the pole sitter for today's race, Josh Berry. First time ever at the Snowball Derby, and you go and you flex and put yourself on the front row. Pretty cool. It had to feel great.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was obviously a great experience and a great lap for us Friday. We've had a good weekend. I don't have a lot of experience in super late models. This is only my second time racing with this group, so. To put her on the pole for the Derby is obviously really cool. But I feel pretty good about our race car for today. I'm not sure that we're the favorite, but I think that, we had good practice yesterday. Knew we needed to make a couple adjustments there for the race, and, the conditions are a little bit different today, and we just need to be there for all 300 laps, be there at the end and see what happens.
Well, you are a racer's racer. I mean, you can adapt pretty quickly. Obviously, these are a little bit lighter than the late models you normally race. But what's the biggest difference for you behind the wheel?
Yeah, I mean, they're just, they're a lot faster. They feel a lot faster, kind of out of the track, moving around. And this place is really a really tough track to get around. I've raced at a lot of places. I feel like, this is, top of the list of difficulty, I feel like. And so just making sure, this week is so long and there's so much practice and so much going on. You really got to be smart about how you approach it and not overthink it, and just make smart adjustments and be good and not get so caught up in all the practicing and stuff, and make sure you have a good car to drive today, right? Like, it needs to drive good and be underneath of you, and that's what we've been working on. And, like I said, I feel good about it. We know that, those guys that do this every week are going to be really tough. But, hopefully we can hang in there and give them a run for the money.
Well, you are definitely one of the favorites. You are one of the, I hate to use the term Cinderella, but it is kind of a Cinderella story. You worked your ass off to get where you're at, and you're having success, and you are kind of the common man's race car driver, really.
Yeah, I think so. I've been really fortunate, obviously, to spend a lot of time at Junior Motorsports and get some great opportunities there. And timing for a lot of things really changed my life over the last couple of years to be able to get to the Xfinity Series and full-time and going back again full-time next year and have the success we've had. And get to come do races like this, and a lot of the late model stock stuff this year has been really fun. And it's just, this is who I am. This is the short track racer. This is who I am. I want to, continue to run these races and get better. Obviously, it's hard with my schedule to run a whole lot, but hopefully we can kind of continue running a couple of these super late model races every year.
Do you think you would ever venture up to Wisconsin to run some, maybe like the Slinger Nationals or Oktoberfest, anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, for being from the Southeast, I think, the two that really circle for me are the Snowball Derby and the All-American 400. I've always watched those races. It's definitely something that's interesting me for sure. I have interest in going and doing that. It's just, like I said, so it's a long haul for us. It makes it a little more expensive, and I don't know, but I'll never say never for sure.
Well, we like to hear that. Good luck to you today.
Thank you.
That is Josh Berry. He's your pole sitter here today for the Snowball Derby, and he sounds calm, cool, and collected.
Jacqueline, you really nailed it when you called him the working man's driver. I mean, I can't imagine that he was not the most popular driver. I don't know if you caught this. Noah Gragson was the most popular driver in the Xfinity Series this year, in the same series that Josh Berry races. It absolutely amazed me to find that out. So,
well, I've got another one here that you might want to hear.
Just go for it.
Well, all right. He definitely has Wisconsin connections. It is Carson Kvapil. First time here, you qualify sixth. That has got to be a major confidence builder for you.
Yeah, for sure. Going into the qualifying, I was actually worried we were going to make the show. I thought we had a good car, but we didn't really show any speed throughout the week. But fortunately, I hit my marks pretty good, and the Go Fast Racing Keen Parts team really gave me a good ride here, and we were able to put her in the show, obviously, and top, or I guess a P6 starting to spot for me, and I guess we'll see.
So you and Josh, teammates for the most part, and you're both here. You both qualified well. You both have more experience probably, well, you probably not so much, but you have more with the super lates. He had more with like the late model stock. So do you guys sit and compare notes and kind of talk about it? Did you give him some insight on running a car here at all?
I didn't really give him nothing. He's ran this race before with one of the cars that I'm actually in, the same chassis. So I kind of leaned on him a little and got a little bit of a feel for what I'm going to be dealing with and what he felt when he ran. And I've been asking him a few questions. He's been helping me out a little before qualifying. I helped him out a little after. But, yeah, me, Noah, and him, all JRM drivers in the top six. So that's pretty cool.
What's going to be your biggest challenge today, do you think?
I think it's just going to be holding on and saving my stuff and just not burning it up. I've never done this race. I really don't know what to expect, what the pace is going to be or anything like that. And I guess I'm not sure if the car is going to be all there for me, but hopefully the changes we made going into the race are going to be in our benefit.
And then how often will we get to see you up in Wisconsin running and maybe back at the Slinger Nationals, Oktoberfest, anything like that?
I would like to do it. I ran the Slinger Nationals this last year. I'd love to do it again. Obviously, Sheer and races like that, those are all big shows. I kind of don't really have the time I used to have to do that stuff, but when I can and I have an off weekend, I'm definitely going to come up and run some races.
So your younger brother obviously races too. How much do you help him out?
Yeah, I work in the shop with my dad whenever I get off work at Junior Motorsports and work on their stuff, kind of give him ideas, help him out, get ready for the next weekend and stuff. But at the track, I try to critique him, I guess, on what he's doing wrong. Most of the tracks he's running at, I've raced at before, and the Supers and or Pro, so I have a pretty good amount of experience there. So just try to help out with the setup and stuff, but a little bit how he's driving and throughout the race.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He's always going to be a Wisconsin connection for us, isn't he, guys?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Even though he's born and raised in Carolina, that's the way it works. By the way, his younger brother's name is Caden. Carson and Caden, the Kvapil brothers. And Caden has shown pretty much success early, I think, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So he's got a pretty good career ahead of him, too. It's all about how long they can stick around with as much connections they can come up with and as much money as they can scare up to. This is our annual Snowball Derby special. That female voice you hear is Jacqueline Noodleman, who is kind of touring the pits and will be talking to different drivers that are getting ready to race in today's Snowball Derby. It is the 55th annual event. As you heard, Josh Berry was the fastest qualifier at a 16.333. Derek Thorne was second. He was the pole sitter for the last 3 years. Other notable starters in the field, Noah Gragson is there, will start fifth. Carson, as you just heard, will start sixth. Austin Nason from Rockford is there and will start ninth. Eric Jones is there, will start 12th. William Byron, 13th. Bubba Pollard, 14th. Ty Majeski, 15th. Luke Fenhouse, 18th. So a good representation from the state of Wisconsin, and we'll be right back.
From
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Hey race fans, Elkhart Lake's Road America Season Pass is now available at early bird pricing for a limited time. The Road America Season Pass makes a great gift for you or the racing fan on your gift list. This special personalized pass includes 50-plus days of racing, including the IndyCar, Superbikes, and more. Hurry and order your Season Pass today at RoadAmerica.com. That's RoadAmerica.com or 1-800-365-RACE. Road America, your national park of speed.
Hey, Matthew, give me a hand with this tree.
Dad, let's get a real tree this year.
Hey, leave that fake tree in the box under the basement steps this year. Get a real tree from PMF Landscape on River Road in West Bend. Any kind of real tree imaginable, up to 18 feet. A huge assortment of Christmas decorations, including wreaths in 3 sizes, cemetery wreaths, festive global hanging ornaments, bows, garland roping, and more. Stop in 7 days a week during the holiday season, have refreshments, and check everything out. How about a PMF gift certificate? The perfect gift. PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 South River Road in West Bend. Call them 262-338-8800.
Dad, our tree from PMF Landscape looks great.
This is Two Pros and a Cup of Joe.
We're getting back into it.
The Packers stink.
It's over. They gone.
They're just not very good, man.
I don't know. It was interesting watching that game just because you felt like Tennessee out the gate. Heck,
Two Pros, LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and a Cup of Joe, Jonas Knox.
Weekday mornings 5 to 8 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to LTN. Jacqueline has cornered a young driver from Rockford that has had pretty much success in Wisconsin. And now he's down at the Snowball Derby. Go ahead, take it away, Jacqueline.
Yeah, I've got Austin Nason with me here. Austin, this is actually your second effort out here at the Snowball Derby, and you qualified 9th. That's amazing. I mean, it's a tough field to get into.
Yeah, we that was our big concentration for Thursday and Fridays, just to make sure we had speed in the car. And yesterday we worked on the long run stuff. I think we got something. We changed everything last night to try for again today. So, but yeah, these guys have been working hard all weekend getting the speed in the car.
So I hear you say that you changed something last night before the race. That means you probably didn't drive it after those changes. So what's that like as a driver to know you're getting into a car that you're not exactly sure what you're going to end up with?
It's kind of, we went back to where we started on Thursday. We kind of did a long run there beginning of Thursday just to see what we had. And I drove a lot better then. So I don't know, this place changes so much. And we're back to a green racetrack. So that's kind of why we went back to where we started Thursday, because the track was green then. So we'll see what we got.
What is going to be your biggest personal challenge here today?
Just keeping the tires on the thing. I haven't raced here since 20. So just making sure we got good balance in the car and keeping the tires on it is going to be the biggest challenge today.
Well, you've definitely been one who's been a Midwest flexer lately at a lot of races. You ran really great down at 417 as well, posting a top 3 finish there. So what have you been doing that's different? What is it that has really turned the corner? Because this really seems to be the year of Austin Nason.
Yeah, we just kind of went back to the basics. You know, we were just trying stuff that was crazy over the years, and it just wasn't working. So we kind of went back to the basics and just kind of worked on our stuff. And we've been working really hard in the shop, just finding speed in these things. So like I said, just basics, and that's kind of what's got us back to finding our speed.
Isn't that crazy how sometimes it's the simple things, right?
Yeah, it's always the simple things in life. So we'll just keep doing it.
Good luck to you today.
Thank you.
Austin Nason hoping for another excellent finish for himself here down in the state of Florida.
Yeah, you nailed it though. This has been his year for sure. He's been really, really good, and he's a winner wherever he goes. All right, now while Jacqueline is looking around for different drivers to interview, and she's going to jump in when she gets someone, we will throw in a few things having to do with, hey, guess what? NASCAR. This was banquet week. You had to have Peacock Premium and pay for it if you wanted to watch highlights last night, which was recorded from the week before.
LTN radio.
And unfortunately, you can hear when she talks to these drivers. So we're going to try and work this around.
I'm sorry.
A little bit. That's all right. We'll work around it. We do our best here. You know, we're kind of on the fly. It's all good. Joey Logano was crowned the champion last night, and I thought it was interesting. He never named his wife, but he introduced her as my hot-ass wife. Dan, apparently there's a story behind that?
That very soon. Yeah, that came from that reality show that was on USA Network during the championship run. It was on. They were in the car with Joey, and then when she called him on a cell phone, that's what came up on the cell phone. That's what she's in there as his contacts as.
Oh, jeez. Odd. He never once mentioned her name. That's too bad. But that's his second championship now, and the first time ever that Roger Penske won the IndyCar championship and the NASCAR championship in the same year, which that's about as impressive as it can possibly get. You talk about sitting on top of the racing world. That's
all the way through the race.
All right, now I can tell Jacqueline is near a speaker because there is apparently the drivers' meeting was just held, or is it about to happen?
It is done, and I actually have Casey Roderick with me. Winner last night, winner earlier in the week for the truck race. So you've already found victory lane twice. You're starting 25th today for the Snowball Derby. What are the odds of making it 3 for 3 for yourself?
It can be done for sure. Just everything's got to line up right, and car's got to handle well, and that's what we've lacked a little bit on the super side this week. But we're making some changes right now. You know, we're kind of blind right now going into the race with the changes we're making, but hoping for the best, and you know we got three pit stops to make it better. So just buy our time a little bit and stay out of trouble, and hopefully we can be there at the end.
Who do you think is going to be your biggest challenge to get into victory lane today?
Well, obviously, you know, all your normal guys that normally run up front here, like Thorne, he'll be tough today, and Campy Racing will be tough. All the Wilson cars will be really tough. Eric Jones has been really strong too, and even Josh Berry. He's surprised. I wasn't surprised he's good, but you know, from where he was practice Thursday to where he's at now, they've made that car a lot better. It seems like so. I think those are going to be your main ones that you got to watch out for. Pretty much all the Wilson guys, and you know, the 18 and the 26. So we got our eyes set on them guys, and just hopefully we can keep pace with them and make some adjustments through these pit stops and be in position to win the race at the end.
I got to ask this question because we're with Wisconsin radio station here. Have you ever thought about coming up to maybe run the Slinger Nationals or Oktoberfest?
Oh, absolutely. It's you know, I've always wanted to go up there and do those type races, but just, you know, the way my career's gone, just haven't been able to make it up. But hopefully start next year, we're going to be able to do a lot more of that. So trying to get a schedule together right now and you know, work towards something like that, hitting a few of them big races up north.
Excellent. Good luck to you today.
Thank you.
Casey Roderick, two-time winner already this weekend here at the Snowball Derby.
Which is that's a tough deal in itself to win those other two races. Last night they had battled rain. It was a pretty lousy deal, actually. The pro late model race was supposed to be what they call the Snowflake 100 was supposed to start, and it started raining right at the beginning of that thing. How long did they push that back until they finally got it started?
It took forever. I don't think they actually ran it until the wee hours of the morning.
Right. And then the 604 Outlaw race that Dennis Prunty was supposed to be in got fogged out, and instead of running it this morning, which would have been the perfect place for it, they told these drivers who have hauled their cars from Wisconsin and Maine and all over the place that it's going to be next Saturday. So Dennis Prunty had 3 hours of sleep, and he's got to drive back to Wisconsin. He's on the road right now, a 16-hour drive back to Wisconsin, and then they expect him to come down and race next Saturday. Will he do it? Good question. We'll be right back.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Jordan Gross back to the left circle. Novak holding, shoots and scores! The Milwaukee Admirals 5-game road trip continues Wednesday when the team travels to Rockford to take on the Ice Hawks. Keeper Sherwood on the left wing has Novak going to the net. Sherwood left circle, shoots and scores! 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock face-off on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
97.3 The Game is your new radio home for the Green Bay Packers.
And a backflip in the south end zone.
This week, it's a Sunday rematch with the Bears and the Windy City.
Fields cuts inside, left to the end zone. Touchdown Bears.
Coverage begins at 10. Kickoff is at noon. Packers football on 97.3 The Game is presented by Annex Wealth Management. Give your retirement plan the attention it deserves.
Welcome back to this special edition of LTN. Today is the Snowball Derby. It will be, let's see, what is it televised on? Is it
Racing America?
RacingAmerica.com. It is a pay-per-view event, probably as well worth it as anything they put on there. And our crack reporter in the pits, Jacqueline Noodleman, has cornered a young man that we've actually watched grow up on the short tracks of Wisconsin.
Ain't that the truth? Derek Kraus from Stratford, Wisconsin. First great run at 4:17 last weekend. Congratulations on a wonderful finish.
Yeah, thank you. That was a lot of fun to go down there. It was warm, but it was a lot of fun.
Swamp ass after the race, right?
For sure.
It's pretty swampy. Now here today, you're all set. You made the field for the Snowball Derby, although it was kind of a hard-fought one. You didn't get in on time. You were close. But then you had to run the last chance last night, and you looked stout. I don't know what y'all did to the car, but you had some big mo going on that outside group.
Yeah, we changed a lot of stuff before qualifying and then also before the last chance, and I feel like a lot of it worked. Today's going to be big just to try to stay on the lead lap because we started so far back, but I feel like we'll be able to and just try to finish this thing.
What is it about this track that is like kind of your biggest challenge?
It's really old and wore out. I mean, it's one of the most wore out racetracks that we go to for sure. And it's tough to get a handle on, and you can be fast and it don't feel good. So it's kind of a weird racetrack. It's like lacrosse times two, but overall it's a fun racetrack and it takes a lot of rhythm and you got to hit your marks every lap.
And how much will we get to see you race back around home?
I'm not sure. I mean, this year I actually got to race around home quite a bit, and it was a lot of fun. And I feel like our super stuff this year at home was really, really good. So hopefully I can get there as much as I can and just go have fun.
And do you plan to play around at all with that new national series, the Star Series?
I don't know. That just all kind of depends on where it all lines up. I know the first one's here at Pensacola, and then hopefully they have some back at home. And I feel like if they're back at home, I'll definitely be at them.
Well, I pulled you away from helping to push the car over to Tech, so I guess I better let you get back over there.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm headed.
All right, good luck to you today.
Thank you.
That's Derek Kraus, number 9 car.
What I have noticed, Jacqueline, is that the ultimate car inspector, Ricky Brooks, is not working this weekend at Pensacola.
Nope, he's affiliated with the SRL series, and that's not now affiliated around here.
And
so he's
SRL, by the way, released their schedule for this upcoming year. They have 8 races is all they have. I thought they were a West Coast-based outfit, but they only have 1 race on the West Coast. Irwindale, California, in the middle of January starts out their series. They race at South Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, 2 races at Berlin, Michigan, 2 races at Lebanon, Missouri, and their final race is at Citrus County, Florida. 8-race schedule, and that's the first of the national touring series for super late models to release their schedule. So, interestingly enough, that's a kind of a big deal. If any time that you have someone there, you just feel free just to jump right in, Jacqueline, and we'll step aside and let you go there. We have some back marker news from NASCAR. Woo-hoo-hoo! It certainly sounds like there's problems over at Stewart-Haas because they have been supporting several back marker teams. Rick Ware is the guy who owns the 15 and the 51 car, and they're jumping away from Stewart-Haas, and they're going to be a Roush freaking Keselowski teammate right out of their shop this year. So,
and I've got a Cup guy right now.
Good. Oh, how nice is that?
How nice. Eric Jones right now. Eric, congratulations, man. Obviously, you've won this race before, and you did a really great job getting yourself into the field. How you feeling about your car today?
Yeah, I think it's good. I wish our qualifying effort was a tad better, but put us in the race and, to a point where we can race to the front. So I think our race trim's good. Yesterday, we made a lot of changes, trying to get some balance stuff better. The weather's a lot different today than what I thought it was going to be, so we'll see how that plays out here. But obviously with the rain and everything and just one race on it last night, the track's probably quite a bit different than what we practiced on yesterday, afternoon there. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel good about it, though, at the end of it all. And, hopefully we can drive ourselves back up, towards top 5 here. If you're up there, you're in it. So definitely getting number 3, though, here would be a huge day for me. And so I hope we have a shot at it.
Well, you definitely are someone who knows how to get it done around here. We've also had the pleasure of seeing you race up around Wisconsin again. Any plans to maybe do that again next year?
I hope so. I hope to do, a handful of late model races next year, schedule-wise, wherever it works out. I love racing up around that area just with the level of competition of the guys up around the Midwest area. So we'll see how it all plays out, but definitely want to, be around hopefully in 8 to 10 races next year, as many as I can do, how it works out schedule-wise. But would definitely love to get back there and run some races.
You are a short track racer at heart, so probably always going to be doing that?
Probably for a long time. I definitely have fun coming back and doing this stuff, and like I say, it sharpens your skill and keeps you a better racer. But I don't think about much of that. I just love coming back and doing it and being a part of it and being in it, having a shot to win these races. I hate when, sitting at home and when they're going on, watching them on TV, it drives me nuts. I can barely watch them, because I want to be in them. And so that's what makes me do it, drives me to do it, and hope to do it for a long time.
Well, there's a lot of people who are happy to see you and hope that you get number 3 today.
Sounds good. Thanks.
That's Eric Jones. He is doing...
I have to say, Eric Jones, I looked at him differently after I saw him race at Slinger Speedway. That's a couple different drivers, the same type of thing. William Byron, I didn't realize how good that guy really was until I saw him at a short track, believe it or not, at Slinger and win the Nationals. Eric Jones put on one of the most classic races I've ever seen in my life with Matt Kenseth, only to come in second, but it was as impressive a driving exhibition as I've ever seen in my life. And boy, I'd love to see him back. He had a hell of a year this year.
He did.
Winning for Petty.
And his teammate is here as well, too, Daniel Dye, and he's going to be going full-time truck racing with GMS next year. And you've got Eric Jones here to kind of lean on as well, too. This is not your first time here either, though.
No, this is actually our 4th trip here. I ran the Derby the last 2 years, and then the Snowflake a year before that. So no stranger to Five Flag Speedway. Just glad to be here again.
What is your biggest challenge with this track in particular?
Man, I don't know. It's just such a tough place. 10 degrees one way or the other changes the way that it drives and the way the car handles and how the tires act. And it's a long race, but luckily we have a bunch of tire sets sitting in the pit. So saving your tires isn't going to be a big thing today. You're still going to have to do it a little bit, but it's going to be a pretty fast-paced race. And
congrats on the full-time truck ride next year. That's got to be kind of a nice thing to know. It's already there.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Looking forward to that. Going to start working on that next week, just focusing on this race today, and then go to North Carolina next week and start figuring out what that's going to look like. And just super excited to work with everybody at GMS Racing and have a teammate like Grant Enfinger to lean on is going to be super cool. So looking forward to working with him and everybody at GMS Racing and Petty GMS. It's going to be a fun year.
Who's your spotter today?
My spotter today is Jimmy Kitchens. He's been spotting for a long time. He's raced for a long time, too. So he's no stranger to this place either, so glad to have him up top of the roof.
Good guy to have in your ear.
Absolutely.
Good luck to you today.
Thank you.
That is Daniel Dye. He is going to be making a bid as well to get into victory lane today at the Snowball Derby.
All right. We will sneak away for a break. You're listening to the Snowball Derby special on LTN right here on the Big 920. We'll be right back.
Hey, race fans, Elkhart Lake's Road America Season Pass is now available at early bird pricing for a limited time. The Road America Season Pass makes a great gift for you or the racing fan on your gift list. This special personalized pass includes 50-plus days of racing, including the IndyCar, Superbikes, and more. Hurry and order your season pass today at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com or 1-800-365-RACE. Road America, your national park of speed.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
The winner in this is also
Colin Cowherd.
Season's over for the Packers. The Titans play like Mike Vrabel looks. Then there's the Packers. Hipster quarterback. Young, good-looking, cool coach. Zero tenacity. Zero resilience. I'm not sure they trust each other. I mean, can you imagine Aaron Rodgers coming up to Mike Vrabel on the sideline?
This is The Herd.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
It's the Snowball Derby special here on LTN. Jacqueline Noodleman has been wandering the pits at Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida, where they're getting ready for the 55th annual Snowball Derby today. And she will jump in anytime she has run across another driver, and we're ready for that. And so just thought we'd pick up where we left off before. We mentioned that Stewart-Haas lost their affiliation with Rick Ware Racing. They also lost their affiliation with the Live Fast team, the 78 car. I wonder what that's all about. Stewart-Haas must not be getting a job done for those back markers. That Live Fast team is going to switch from a Ford and going to be a one of those ECR Earnhardt Childress Chevrolets next year. So I don't know that there's any kind of problem with Stewart-Haas other than it's probably a business decision. You'd probably say that was the case, wouldn't you, Ed?
Yeah, I think it's just to do with money. You got money to buy a ride or not. And with the Rick Ware thing, maybe it works out a little better since Roush only has 2 cars, and you're allowed to, have 4 cars. That Roush can grab those Rick Ware cars, and they can almost kind of work 4 absolutely together, like the 4-car maximum that you're allowed. Where Stewart-Haas already has his 4 cars. So Rick Ware's stuff was kind of maybe left out a little bit. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it is, but if you're looking at the math numbers of the cars, that would be how it would kind of look.
And Rick Ware isn't exactly hurting for money, so it's probably going to help both programs, I would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think that. I mean, especially time like Brian said, it was a spot, for them at Roush that way. And that 78 car, that was going to be in the works for a while. I mean, if you think about that, it's going to be a Chevy next year with Childress. Should Reddick not have gone over to 2311 and they needed a place to park them, that's where they're going to park them next year, was in that 78 car. So now there's an option there for Childress to bring somebody around too as he wants.
And it'll be good for everybody involved. Ed, this week they're heading for Indianapolis, and next weekend is going to be the PRI trade show down there.
Yeah, the PRI trade show with Hefter Racing Products has got some new people in place. We have a new person in charge of the shop for HRP sales. That's Samantha Samantha Stitch. She's our new head of the PR department, the head of the parts department at HRP. And two of Troy's daughters, Alex and Kennedy, are both going to be at PRI along with Jeff Wetzel and Troy. So if you get a chance to get PRI, stop over to 4913, introduce you to the new people over at HRP.
It starts Thursday?
It's actually set up on Tuesday. It's on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, okay. So anybody heading for Indianapolis. And it sounds as though our reporter, Jacqueline Noodleman, has cornered somebody.
I have. Luke Fenhouse, former champ there at your track, Slinger Speedway, and he is in the race based on qualifying. He qualified 18th. Quite a feat with this thick field.
Yeah, it is. That's the hardest night of the field. Friday night's very stressful for everybody, and we try to do our best to make the show. The last 2 years we've made the show, luckily, and hopefully we have a good piece for the race. We struggled with kind of firing off speed, but our fall off speed was a little bit better than our fire off speed, which I was happy with. We got a lot of good cars around us, so just got to keep in touch with them and hopefully stay on the lead lap and put ourselves in a good position later on.
And now we had rain, so you got a green track. What does that do for your strategy? Anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I think just, stay on the lead lap is the main thing. Obviously, we got a lot of set of tires, and we got a competition caution every 75. So just work those cautions, do our best to maintain with, Majeski's 2 rows ahead of me, and try to keep with him and Corey and those guys around me. They're really strong here. So take notes as I can early on and hopefully be there at the end.
You've done a lot of racing in the South. And it is a whole different breed down here in the South when you're racing with them. So what is that like when you have to kind of balance your mindset against what, for lack of a better word, sometimes are knuckle draggers?
Yeah, sometimes. I just race people how they race me. I try not to rough too many feathers up. There's always a time and place when that happens. And I think, and when you come down to the South, I think you got respect for some guys. And you treat others how you treat you. That's kind of how I see it. So, we just got to, have a good race, stay out of trouble. Last year they had a big wreck early on. And so hopefully stay out of that if something like that occurs this year, and just do our best to get there at the end.
Well, you're starting a lot further up, so that should be helpful.
Yep, that's for sure.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
That's Luke Fenhouse. He's rolling off 18th today in the Snowball Derby, his, I believe, 3rd attempt. So we shall see.
After graduating from high school nearly a year ago, he moved down south and has had he didn't win as many races down there as he probably thought he would, but he did win a championship. So against some pretty stiff Southern competition. Like you said, Jacqueline, you have to learn to drive all over again when you go down south, it seems like.
Yep. I got another guy who went down south to try his hat in the ring, and now he's in Ohio. So Ty Majeski, this is not your first rodeo. You won this in 2020, qualified 15th, probably not as good as you'd wanted, but you still got a good piece.
Yeah, I think so. We've been working really hard on trying to get better over the course of the last few weeks, and feel like that we've gotten there. So Toby and everybody have been working really hard all weekend. It's been a long week long 2 weeks going down to Punta Gorda, and now obviously here for the Snowball. So everybody that knows this race knows it takes a lot of people to do something like that, and I got a great group behind me, and we'll see what we got this afternoon.
So the track is green, and now you're going to have to kind of go with a blank slate. Do you relish that kind of a challenge, or does it kind of get you a little nutted up?
Well, this track usually starts out pretty green. It always starts off super abrasive, so you need to manage that first run early, so you're not too bad late. So and then the track rubbers up and the track goes through a swing. So we've kind of learned over the years how to anticipate for that, and hopefully we do that right again today.
I've watched you guys in practice for many years. You guys will try more things in a practice session than most teams do. So when you have that much that you've been trying, you know, what does or doesn't work, how do you decide what you're going to put in it for the race?
Just a collective effort. You know, me, Toby, Chris, Craig, Jeff, all the guys that are here all have input, and we all bounce ideas off of each other. When we get back to the condo every night, we go through and debrief what we did that day, what worked, what didn't, and where we want to go for the next day. So just a collective effort in weighing pros and cons and what we think is going to happen and trying to stay ahead of the track. That's the biggest thing today. The track's going to go through a big transition. Like you said, it's obviously green with the rain, not a lot of rubber on it. So it's going to, like I said, go through a lot of transitions. You got to stay ahead of it.
I know there's some people who have been talking, wondering, you are back in a truck next year with Thor Sport, yes?
I haven't heard any different. So excited about that opportunity. It's going to be a good year. I feel like we can build upon what we did in the, over the course of the last few months of this season. So if we can just pick off where we left off, we're going to be really strong next year.
Who's more stubborn to work with, Joe Shear Jr. or Toby Noodleman?
Oh my! I'm gonna go Toby on this one. I'm going Toby. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, and he'll say that to you. So it's funny.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Ty Majeski. He is going to be rolling off 15th today.
Oh my! Old dog, new tricks. That's my husband you're talking about. That's pretty hilarious. We'll be back with some dirt results right after these.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
Hey, race fans, Elkhart Lake's Road America Season Pass is now available at early bird pricing for a limited time. The Road America Season Pass makes a great gift for you or the racing fan on your gift list. This special personalized pass includes 50-plus days of racing, including the IndyCar, Superbikes, and more. Hurry and order your Season Pass today at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com or 1-800-365-RACE. Road America, your national park of speed.
Hey, Matthew, give me a hand with this tree.
Dad, let's get a real tree this year.
Hey, leave that fake tree in the box under the basement steps this year. Get a real tree from PMF Landscape on River Road in West Bend. Any kind of real tree imaginable, up to 18 feet. A huge assortment of Christmas decorations, including wreaths in 3 sizes, cemetery wreaths, festive global hanging ornaments, bows, garland roping, and more. Stop in 7 days a week during the holiday season, have refreshments, and check everything out. How about a PMF gift certificate? The perfect gift. PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 South River Road in West Bend. Call them, 262-338-8800.
Dad, our tree from PMF Landscape looks great.
This is Two Pros and a Cup of Joe.
We're getting back into it. Justin Fields playing, and if he plays well, it just sets the stage for possibly what this team can be, how we view Justin Fields, because Chicago isn't good enough to view them outside of individual players.
Two Pros, LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and a Cup of Joe, Jonas Knox.
Weekday mornings 5 to 8 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
Only 2 events this weekend as we wrap up the Dirt Series. We'll start Thursday, St. Louis, Missouri, the Dome at America Center, the 6th Annual Gateway Dirt Nationals. 5,000 win preliminary feature winner Thursday night was Bobby Pierce. In the UMP Modifieds, it was Drake Troutman. They did it again Friday night, split the field in half. The other half ran Friday night, 5,000 to win. In the late models, went to Michigan's Cody Bauer. And in the Modifieds, it was Ricky Thornton Jr. Also Friday night, the season finale for the XRSS Super Late Model Series down in Ellsville, Florida's All-Tech Raceway, 20,000 to win. Ashton Winger won that. Last night, the finale at the Gateway Dirt Nationals, 30,000 to win in the Super Late Models. Tyler Erb picked up the win, and during his victory lane interview, the very brash and harsh Tyler Erb, who's usually very flamboyant, announced to the crowd that his father passed away while they were in St. Louis on Wednesday. That was stunning news.
Unbelievable.
That was. Speechless is what we all were. That was amazing, but he still picked up the win. In the Modifieds, 10,000 win, that went to Ricky Thornton Jr. And finally, down at All-Tech Raceway in Florida, the season finale for the XRSS Super Series, the Sunshine 50, $40,000 to win, that went to Jonathan Davenport. He capped the season, the first guy ever in the history of dirt late model racing to have a $2 million season. Amazing. And that is all the dirt for this week.
Jacqueline has tried to
I've got him.
Oh, good. Go for it.
Noah Gregson right here, most popular driver in Xfinity. Congratulations. Former winner for the Snowball Derby. You qualified 5th for the race here today. Tell us how you're feeling about the car, knowing that the track is green and there's a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, I think the first run here is always pretty free. And then as the track starts to lay rubber in the race and it goes through a little bit of changes, it starts to tighten up, throughout the end of the race. But I think Mark Rhett and the rest of this Rhett Jones Racing team, they've done a great job. And, we got a lot of speed in the car, starting 5th. So last time I was here, I was the first guy to miss the race. I ran 5th in the B main and was the first guy to miss it. And then the time before that, I won the Snowball Derby. So you never know with this racetrack and this race and all these great competitors. But, for me personally, I just want to go out there, have some fun with this team. And, they've had a great performance all weekend so far.
Are you always going to want to do the short track racing, even though your career continues to go forward?
Yeah, I love it. If I get the opportunities, I'll never miss one of these things. It's just so much fun. I enjoy being down here, seeing old friends who, were strangers at one point years ago and who have become, good friends. And I'm grateful that they're here.
Any odds of you coming to Wisconsin, maybe for Slinger Nationals or Oktoberfest ever?
Probably Slinger next year, just with it being a midweek race. The weekend races are a little tough. So the midweek ones we want to hit there, maybe Kakana. We don't know yet. We haven't laid out a schedule, but plan to do some super racing next year.
Do you feel like the super racing kind of helps your program with what you're doing, just to kind of stay in the seat and get the feel on all kinds of different races?
No, it's just another race to me.
Just want to race.
Yeah, I just want to race, pretty much.
Good luck to you today.
Thanks.
Noah Gregson.
Hey, how about that? Just another race.
Coming to Slinger.
Yeah, talking. I'd like to, or possibly the Dixieland. Interesting. Out of Noah Gregson for sure. Guys, this week, Kevin Harvick said that he is going to make a decision on his future. In other words, starting in 2024, because he's going to race all year long. It's his last year with Stewart Haas, and he is going to make a decision what he's going to do after this year, and he's going to make that decision before the Daytona 500 of this year. So
I think he's already made it.
I think you're right, Ed. He's got a pretty nice job offer out there from Fox, and it'll be kind of silly to pass up an opportunity like that. It'll keep him involved with the sport closely and keep his name involved with NASCAR for many years to come. And he's a natural. I mean, let's face it. He would be really good in the announcer's chair. So that's something else. Boy, I wish. Go ahead.
Sorry, I got Jesse Love, and I just wanted to grab him before he had to roll through tech. Jesse, you did a hell of a job last night in that last chance, getting yourself into the race. What is that like? Because you are usually competitive everywhere you go, but then on a field like this, after on last chance, you actually did kind of show some strength.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously not the place we want to be. We struggled all week with our qualifying speed for some reason. We just don't really get out the corner like we do, like we should. And then in the race trim, we get out the corner fine. So it's definitely, a little bit of pros and cons, but I'd rather be good in the race than in qualifying. So yeah, we were pretty good in the LCS and obviously made it in. So I feel really good about today. Just got to run a smart race, take care of our tires, and run a good pit strategy. So obviously not the way you want to do it, but we're in, and to win it, you got to be in it first. So we still have a shot, and I feel really good about our race car.
Talk a little bit about your long run setup. Are you feeling pretty confident with what you got for that?
Yeah, I think we've done a lot of effort putting into our long run setup, and I think it's taken a little bit away from our short run speed, obviously, which is kind of what showed this past week. Yesterday in happy hour, we were 8th quick and really fast in our race run, so it doesn't fall off much, stays about the same. And last night it was pretty good too. So got a little bit free last night. We made a lot of adjustments to tighten it up for the day, and I think it'll be really good. Just got to try to hit the nail on the head.
I know you've been doing a lot, trying to move your career up the ranks. Do you still intend to come back maybe to run Slinger Nationals again?
I'd love to. I mean, one of my favorite racetracks, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to race there and obviously win there too. So Slinger was one that I've been close to winning before that I would really love to win. So what a great race, and always had good runs there.
Good luck to you here today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jesse Love. He
Jack,
made it in with the last chance qualifier. Yes.
Is he in a Wimmer car today? You might ask him during the break. We'll be right back.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at wagnerautomotive.com.
Hey, race fans, Elkhart Lakes Road America Season Pass is now available at early bird pricing for a limited time. The Road America Season Pass makes a great gift for you or the racing fan on your gift list. This special personalized pass includes 50-plus days of racing, including the IndyCar, Superbikes, and more. Hurry and order your Season Pass today at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com or 1-800-365-RACE. Road America, your national park of speed.
This week on NASCAR Live, the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series Rookie of the Year, Austin Cindric, joined us.
You know, obviously we were able to kind of go at least above the average, I'd like to say, but you know, I think my aspirations are certainly higher than how we ended the season, but you know, it's a great foundation, great place to start, and great feather in the cap for sure.
There's much more waiting for you each week on NASCAR Live.
Every Tuesday night at 6 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
On a normal show, we would have probably talked all about the Race Team Alliance. That's the NASCAR non-union. They don't want to call it a union. They have hired a marketing agency to, quote, explore exhibition race opportunities both domestically and internationally, end quote, meaning they're trying to get some leverage in the next contract by threatening to race elsewhere, not under the NASCAR banner. It's really crazy to think about, but like I said, in a normal week we would have talked about it.
Right now, I've got William Byron right now.
Oh, nice.
Guys,
it was just on
TV.
TV.
So thrilled to have you here again at the Snowball Derby. It's been a while since you've been back, and you've been doing a lot of short track racing with this Wilson Motorsports and having a tremendous amount of success. Talk a little bit about what that does for your program overall.
Yeah, I love racing these cars. I mean, they're so much fun. We've been all over the country this year. You know, we've been mostly up and down the East Coast and the Midwest, but I've enjoyed kind of the different challenges that we've had because never been to Slinger, never been to Berlin, so those were cool tracks to kind of check off the list, and we just got to put all that good mojo to good use today. So we've got a lot of good notes, I feel like, from the year, and hopefully that pays off.
I was going to say, this is probably one that you've been wanting for a long time.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I think this is a box that I never checked that I definitely wanted to feel like I have accomplished, you know, all there is coming up through the ranks. And so this is one that would be huge for myself, big for my team. They put a lot of work in all year and got a lot of guys here that came to this race for a reason to win. So hopefully that's the case.
Talk a little bit about what it's like to work with Donnie Wilson. I mean, obviously he's a veteran in the short track racing world, and to be able to kind of learn from him and even share some things you've learned in the Cup Series.
Yeah, he's a really good owner. I feel like he's knowledgeable of the driver's side. He understands the car side, and he's able to put all of it to good use. So he's really built a good program, and just loves racing, and that's what it takes, is somebody who really loves this stuff and wants it to succeed. So it's been fun driving for him this year, and look forward to it next year too.
How did that all come together that you all hooked up?
Really just I ran a couple of super late model races the year before and knew about them and kind of knew what they were doing, and had some interaction with them, and just felt like it was the best direction for me, and we got connected early on, and luckily it worked out really well.
So talk a little bit about today's race then. Strategy, green track, feeling good about your long run?
I do. I think I hope the sun comes out, and kind of gets this track slick. But I do. I feel like our race car is good enough, and we just got to put it together.
Nice. And are you going to come back to Slinger again?
Yeah, definitely coming back next year. So I'm excited for that.
Wonderful. Good luck to you today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
William Byron, he's going to be a force to reckon with today, that's for sure.
I would say, isn't that amazing, looking him in the eye and figuring out how young that young man really is?
He's half my age easily.
I didn't want to go there, but now that you bring it up, he's about a third of mine. So, an impressive young man. And there's another one where I never would have appreciated how good he was until I saw him withstand racing side by side with Ty Majeski at Slinger Speedway, and it was it was pretty good. Like I mentioned earlier, we would have made a longer program about this whole RTA deal, about possibly racing a exhibition race. Where would they do something like that? Do you guys have any idea?
Just look around at some of their short tracks. I mean, interesting to watch how that plays out. It's obviously done for leverage now in the new TV deal, but Stewart showed with the SRX that short track racing on a TV deal will work if you can get it to do it. And I think we've watched and see it. There's plenty of super late events, and there's plenty of those cars around that they could put something on if they wanted to do it. It's interesting to just see how it works now going in the future and see where it goes from there. I don't think it's going to be a split like everybody's kind of talking about, but if things get sticky, the blueprint has been there already.
And they're in Rockingham.
Dan, isn't there something in the contract with the?
I think when you have a charter, if you have a charter, I think there is some language written in there that you can't go start another series, or you can't go run other series. There is some stuff there to protect themselves that way. So that would all come into that. I mean, to get to that point, it had to get really sticky.
But the charter agreement is about to end. That's what this whole thing is about, is the new negotiation.
Right. That comes up in 24, and it's all done for leverage. I mean, both sides are kind of building their fort, so to speak, and we'll see what happens when they got to negotiate.
All right. Well, it's a pretty big deal all the way around, and we'll keep a close eye on it. I don't think they're ever going to do one of these exhibition races, but the threat is out there, and that's pretty much what we have to do. Jacqueline, we're sneaking out of here. You've done a fantastic job.
I just want to real quick get one person on real quick.
All right, real quick.
Bon Suss, you are like the wizard, if you will, with the whole Donnie Wilson program. You're very smart, from Minnesota. We love people with Midwest ties. What's that like, running this whole organization with the drivers that you're working with?
Well, I'm fortunate because it's a lot of great people, a lot of great drivers. Obviously, we've had a lot of great drivers reach out and want to run in our cars, too, so that means a lot. But, yeah, it's just great people. It's a big group. We got 4 cars out of Donnie's shop. Another one, Tyler Tanner's in the race. Right, he works in our shop, too, so it's just an honor.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
I just wanted to get that last Midwest connection on.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And real race cars have doors, even if they do climb in through the windows. Let's Talk NASCAR is produced and directed by Dangerous Dan Margetta. Our engineer is Matt Losey. For the entire group, We hope you appreciated all the work that Jacqueline Noodleman did today. Thanks to Paul Reichert and Aaron Baird for contributing. We'll see you next week.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations via Skype. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of this station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.